本気での日に合わせたい男たちがおるんじゃが海軍
Hey guys, we're going to go over my GARP deck build. So, I decided to build GARP a few weeks ago. I've made a couple of changes just before this video, not too many. I have been playing this deck at my locals and online. I know that GARP isn't a highly played deck, but his ability is actually pretty insane. So your turn, when you attach Don to this leader, or one of your characters, give up to one of your opponent's 7 cost or lower characters -1 to their cost during this turn. So a lot of people would see that as you're only minusing 1 cost, however you put how many Don on a character or leader. But it's per Don. So if I put 5 Don under GARP, I can minus 5 Don off how many characters I want. Meaning, so I can distribute the minus the 5 over 3 characters, 2 characters. I can choose to minus off 1 character. So his ability is actually pretty decent. So we've got the OP01 Monkey D. Luffy SR. He's a 2 cost 3k power, 1k counter power. Attached to Don, this character cannot be KO'd when battling strike attribute characters, which is also handy. Activate main once per turn, give this character up to 2 rested Don cards. So, with GARP, you play it out for 2, you activate his main, put 2 of the rested Don underneath the Luffy, and that actually counts as minusing Don off the opponent's character with the leader ability. Now, I decided to put 2 5 cost 6k power, no counter power Rush Luffys in the deck, just to give it a bit of an endgame edge. I have used it as an endgame edge and it does work. Everyone knows it's attached to Don when attacking, your opponent cannot activate blocker during this battle. I decided to put 2 Kuzans in. 4 cost 5k power, no counter power. On play, draw 1 card. When attacking, give up to one of your opponent's characters -4 to their cost during this turn. So it's a good on play and it's a good when attacking. It's actually a very viable card. You want to try and keep it alive on board. We have Kobe. He's a 3 cost 4k power, 1k counter power. On play, you may trash 1 card from your hand and then KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a 3 cost or less. So he's actually a really good card to have in the deck, just to kill things off board. Next card we've got the Tsuru. I think that's how you say her name. She's a 1 cost 2k counter, no power. On play, give up to one of your opponent's characters -2 to their cost during this turn. So it's actually not a too bad card to minus cost if you need to for 1 Don. Or you can use it as counter. I put 3 Borsalinos in the deck. As everyone knows, Borsalino is actually a pretty decent blocker. He's a 4 cost 5k power, 1k counter power. This character gains plus 1000 power and cannot be KO'd by effects on the opponent's turn. And it's a blocker. So it's actually a pretty good card. It's a bit hard. It's a bit sticky on board, hard to remove, but definitely good defense card. I decided to put 2 10-drop Kuzans in. He's a very situational card, but it can actually help you. So it's 10 cost, 10,000 power, no counter power. Your turn, all of your opponent's characters get -5 to their cost. On play, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a 0 cost. So you play it out, it instantly minuses 5 cost off all the characters, and then if there's one down to 0, it KOs it on play. So it's actually a pretty decent card. We have the 5 cost 6k power, 1k counter power Sabo blocker. I put 4 of these in here. His on play ability is your characters cannot be KO'd by effects until the start of your next turn. Draw 2, trash 2. So it's a good way to filter your hand. If you're looking for a card, you play him out, you draw 2 cards, trash what you don't want. It's either going to work or it's not, but it also gives the Sabo ability, which means all of your characters for the turn or start of next turn cannot be KO'd by effects. So it can be pretty annoying. We have one-legged soldier. He is a 2 cost 0 power, 2k counter power. He's an activate main. You may send this card to the trash, give up to one of your opponent's characters cost -3. So he's good to -3 cost. He's good for counter power. All round okay card in the deck. Okay, so Mancherry is a 1 cost, 1k counter power, no power. You tap 1 Don or rest 1 Don, and you rest this character, return 2 cards from the trash to the bottom of your deck in any order. Return 1 cost 3 to 5 black character card from your trash to your hand. So she's actually really viable to get most of your cards back, like your Lucci's, your Rebecca's. It has to be black. So your Kuzans, your Kobe's, your Borsalinos, you can get a little bit back. So it's actually pretty decent. Next we have the Rebecca. So Rebecca is like a bigger form of Mancherry, and it's also a blocker. So it's a 4 cost, 1k counter power, 0 actual power. It's a blocker. On play, return up to 1 black character other than Rebecca with a cost of 3 to 7 from the trash to your hand, then play 1 cost 3 or less black character from your hand to the field rested. So this card is actually pretty decent. Not only can you get something back from trash, but you can play a Kobe out rested and still get his ability. So it's actually pretty decent. And you can also get majority of the deck back into your hand, minus seeing the 10-drop Kuzan and the red cards. And the lower cost than 3. We have a 4 cost Lucci with 6k power, no counter power. On play, you may place 3 cards from your trash on the bottom of your deck in any order. KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 2 or less, and up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 1 or less. So this is actually a pretty good card to get 2 bodies off the board if you can. It's a very good card in my opinion. This card though, this card is next level. So this is a 6 cost, 6k power, no counter power Brook card, right? This is OP06. On play, choose 1. Put up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or less into their trash. So with the wording of that first part, it essentially means you can actually place a Borsalino from the opponent's field to their trash, because it doesn't say KO. It says trash. So it also doesn't work. Like, it also works for when the Sabo effect is in effect as well with other characters. It can also still place things in the trash, because it's not KO. It's just put the opponent's character to the trash. It's actually pretty decent. I may put more in, but I'll see how I go with the 2 at the moment. We've got the events next. So we've got 2 Radical Beams. Everyone knows what Radical Beam does. It's a counter. Like, one of your leaders or characters can get 2,000 power during the battle, but if you're 2 life or less, you get an additional 2,000 power, which becomes a 4k event counter instead of a 2k. Guard Point is a counter event card. It's a 1 cost, and it's plus 3,000 power to your character or leader during the battle. And that one says during the battle as well. We also have the 1 cost Ice Age. Give up to one of your opponent's characters -5 to their cost during the turn. It's actually pretty decent, and its trigger is to KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 3 costs or less. So the other triggers is your leader or one of your characters gains 1,000 power during the battle, and the same with this other red one as well. Now, lastly, we have the 2 cost event card, black event card. It's Meteor Volcano. Main is KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 1 or less. So it's not too bad. It's situational. If you have it in hand and you need to get rid of a character and you can minus it down to 1 cost, then you can use it. So it's not completely dead. I think it's pretty alright. Its trigger is to draw 2 cards and trash 1 from your hand. So it still gives you the opportunity to be able to filter your hand as well. But overall, guys, this is the GARP deck. It actually runs pretty smooth. So in saying that, we are going to go across to gameplay. Alright, we're going up against a red-purple law. So law is all about bottom decking your opponent's character. Turn there. It's actually a pretty good deck. We will take the first hit. Alright, draw. So we literally... What do we want to do? We can play that one, but we need to get down to one, so we need a -3 off. So we'll attack. We'll play Toy Soldier, that's going to -3 off to 2, and then we can play out Meteor. So we'll play out Toy Soldier, use his ability, minus his 3 off. Yeah, that's what I want. And then we'll play out Meteor, and it KOs it. So 6. He's already at 3, so we can just play out this one and kill it. So 5, we'll take that. Seven. Okay. Alright, now we'll play out this one. Use the ability to trash a Lucci and get rid of that. And then turn. Counter out of that attack, they're going to get rid of the... Oh, they forgot to kill it. Alright, so we're at 8. So we need 6 to place the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can go... Alright, we're both down to 1 life. Can GARP get the win, guys? Can GARP get the win? So 5 fists give Brooke 4,000. He can't KO it. Okay, so I'll draw Don. I'm going to attack lead for 5. I'm going to drop Kuzan out, kill Reiju, and end turn. I think that's the thing with Law is that you don't want to be minusing too much Don back, otherwise you run out and you can't get attacks through like you want to. so we're going to draw. And then 11. Cancel. Woo! We got it. We got the win. GARP survives another day. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Checking out the video. Smash the like button. Comment down below what you think. And as always, I'll see you all in the next one.